we're back. All right. So it's been a couple days. I'm trying to get the drive shaft thing squared away, and it's not working out too well. So I have a lead on a drive shaft. But until I can get to that lead, we need to address the exhaust on this. This thing looks so cool, especially with that seat in it and the wheel sticking out. So what I'm thinking is what everyone's screaming not to do is I think I'm going to try to put it on the lift. I trust my welds. So let's see what happens. I mean, we got to put it on the lift and give her an old raise ho. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Alrighty, let's get this done. Okay, here we go. Got the lift arms all set. Got them on either side. I understand this is a horrible idea. I don't know how good those welds penetrate into the rusty frame. So I don't want to lay on my back and weld the exhaust. So we're just going to go ahead and give her a shot. And hopefully it doesn't break in half. This should be the ultimate test. Let's get the tires off the ground and then we'll listen. Not too bad here. Let's give her a little wiggle test. I mean, I don't know. Sounds pretty good. All the tires are off the ground. It didn't snap in half yet. Wiggle test this side. I mean, just keep going, I suppose. It's a little sketchy. Good, I don't know, 4 feet off the ground there. That's not the creaking, that's the insulation. That's not the truck. All right, so let's get up under here and check out the exhaust. A little bit of ventilation there. I think that's for cooling. The air flows into there and it cools the back of the truck. All right, let's go under and see how everything looks. All right. Looks like that's all holding pretty decent right there. Yeah. Looks like it's holding okay over there. There's the drive shaft issue. It's about a 44-inch drive shaft. I have to straighten out that cross member. There's no front drive shaft. Forgot about that. Oh, I guess we got one side of the exhaust. That's awesome. And we got a piece there. If we can take those 2 bolts out, weld it on, we'll just make our own pipe. I think we can do that for sure. Nice. Okay, so we got this off. It actually came off pretty easy. I sprayed some penetrating oil on it and it worked. The penetrating oil did what it was supposed to do. And I went and looked around outside and I found a piece of pipe right there. So what we're going to try to do is clean this end up, clean that end up, and then try to tack weld together just to bring the exhaust down under the frame a little bit so we're not blowing exhaust all over the floorboard if we get this thing going and running. All right, I'll try to get a little pic of me getting the weld going and we'll get her going again. Okay, so we're going to try to cut this so it'll fit on there. That piece of pipe over there. The pipes are almost identical, so I need to cut this one straight across. So carefully. And the award for the most uneven cut goes to, yes, thank you, yes, it was me, yes, I did it. Most uneven cut in the world. Oh, heavens. If I angle it just this way a little bit, That'll also give it a little bit of more of a kick down. Something like so, and then I'll have to fill that huge gap. We can do it. All right, let's see how many times I can burn myself trying to weld over my own lap. We want this kick down, so this got a slight angle to it from the way it was cut. I think right there is gonna work. So we're gonna give it a tack. I don't think I turned my gas on. Whoop, there goes my ground. Really, really thin stuff, so I gotta go really slow. Not too bad. Not too bad. We got a little gnort there from when the gas was off, but we'll get that cleaned up. I'm pretty happy. I'll get a little buzz on there, and we're gonna call her good. Then we're gonna test fit it and go from there. Woo-hoo! All right there, Billy, how's the exhaust coming?
Good, George. I think it's gonna go real good. Real good. Just when you let it down, it does that poke into the ground.
Yeah, so now I gotta cut it. It's up in there pretty good. And if you look up in here, she is pretty snug. So now I've got to marry these two pipes together. I got this pipe here, has got to go to this pipe here, and then they both have to shoot down that hole there just to get it away from the passenger compartment. And while I'm driving, I don't like extra heat on my feet. So now I need to figure out how to do that doodad. And I also had a special delivery. That drive shaft, that is way too big. But, oh, nice light there. But on the flip side of things, I have the right flanges now, so I can make my own drive shaft. So that'll be interesting. Let's get to it. Alright, so we got these pipes mocked up. I got this one coming down under the tranny pan. And then I also have that one coming down. Let me see where it's at. Can't really see it. So we've got, my hood's stuck. So we got that one coming down around, mocked up, and that one coming off of the manifold mocked up. We're just gonna run two and get them back a little bit out of the way. I got them tack welded. Mind you, these are all old pieces of pipe that I'm cutting apart, old exhausts that I have laying around, and just trying to make it work. So we'll see what we can do and continue welding these up in there. Woo! So I think that's going to wrap up the video because, what the crap, I can't get this light right. It's like shining in my eyes. Everybody. All right, listen. What I was trying to say is I think that's going to wrap the video up because I've strung this out for a couple days trying to get everything put together. Plus, you know, playing with the kids. So I need to find the other bolts and then tack the rest of this long. Man, I can't talk. I need to find the other bolts, tack the exhaust up, and then I could let it down. I'm just happy it didn't break in half when I picked it up. So hopefully this special tool that I bought the other day to help me get the fuel lines but connected up, will be here tomorrow. And then we can plug in the fuel system, maybe throw a brake line at it just so I can stop, you know, maybe, who knows. Anyways, I think that's going to wrap it up, and hopefully part 4 is a running driving video, but we'll see. I'm glad it didn't break in half. Talk to y'all later. Check back for more videos. Subscribe, like, comment, do all those things, because that's what I need to keep going. Goodbye. What's going on? I'm back! Seems like it's been forever, but I'm back! Oh, man, I got so much to do. And now I have to have an online meeting for work today. Wonderful! So anyways, I did get something in the mail. We got to get over there to it. I shouldn't have started this video through the obstacle course of my awfully dirty jaw. Man, should maybe go get checked for something because I can't even talk right today. Let's try this again. Anyways, my garage is still a mess. Tools and junk everywhere, as you can see. The truck is still up in the air, but look what I got. Dun 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 dun. I've wanted to get one of these for a long time, so I did. It is a fuel line repair kit tool for nylon lines. Let me set the camera down and I'll get her out of here. This bad boy is for putting barb fittings and connectors on those stubborn nylon lines. Woo-wee! Like a professional. See what it says here? Professional. That's me. I'm professional. Not. OE, Original Equipment Solutions from Dorman. How do you open this bottom half? There's like a secret compartment for all your goodies. Oops. I just spilled the high pressure clamps everywhere. Does it come with a high pressure clamp tool? Or do they just give you high pressure clamps hoping you have a high pressure clamp tool? Oh, I got a new parrot cutter. These are cool. Well, they give you high pressure clamps, but you have no way of clamping them. Alright, let's close this back up before I make a bigger mess. Alright. Oh man. It's like when you open something new and you can't get it back in the box. Alright. Let's see here. Where were we? Fixing and finishing the exhausts, running some fuel, tightening up the drive shaft, and then, you know. All right, let's get to work. Get this baby buttoned up before I have to do an online meeting. All right, let's go. See what we can do here. Okay, so I didn't want to show this, but I'm going to show it. These universals were too short, and I don't have any fancy milling tools, so I split the difference between the universals, and I put shims. Actually, I just stuck an extra washer and a couple extra things in there till I could get that seated. Should do fine. It's a Franken truck. What do you expect, huh? Don't judge me. Or if you're gonna do it, judge me lightly. All right. Back to the point at hand. I got the 12-point bolts in. I'm missing one from one side. So I got to get my socket, snug them suckers up, and then we've got to sort this exhaust out. So figure out how to maybe put a couple tacks on it just to hold it in place. And then go from there. If you can't get the bolt, ouch! Use a 700-foot extension. Woo! Alright. Awesome. That bolt's done. Those drive shaft is in, people. Woo! Awesome. Now on to buttoning up this custom exhaust. We have to figure a way. I think I could set the camera right up in this little hole here. Oh yeah, custom view. You guys are under here with me. Don't stay there though. Anyways, there's a mount right here, and I'd like to somehow bring it over and under to hold these two pipes up right here. These are trampoline pipes, you know, recycling. Okay, so what we're gonna try to do is figure a way to hold them, maybe tack them to those pipes first, and maybe mock it up with some blocks. There's a horrible glare from my light. How about that? So we're gonna mock it up and then do some welding. Hopefully. Dang, light. I gotta keep an eye on the time. You guys gotta help me. Don't let me miss my meeting. I think that's going to do for now. That got welded up right there. Then I threw that on there right there just to hold them. And then they go back to there. They're pretty sturdy. I mean, it's just banging right there a little. I don't know, I might try to throw something there. Drive shaft in, exhaust is on. Not going to worry about the front drive shaft because I don't have these little bolts. I need these little bolts to go through here. And I don't have the straps either. I do have the drive shaft, I just don't have either one. So, all right, continue on. Maybe I'll have to let her down and figure out the fuel lines. Okay, so I was going to connect this line to this line for brakes, but then I decided to cap it off because if I wanted to do a burnout or just spin the back wheels for any reason, I wouldn't be able to if I had the back ones hooked up because these are huge wheels, and even though it might override it with the V6, I'll probably wind up snapping a drive shaft or something. So in the sake of doing smoky burnouts and other things, I think the only logical thing and realistic thing to do is just cap off the rear brakes and only have front brakes. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, on to running the fuel line since the brakes are sorted. I believe it has two inputs for the fuel, which I'm not 100% sure why that is. So I just capped off the one the other day, and it worked. It ran that way when I had the truck running. So I think what I'm going to do is cap the one off, run one fuel line up to there and one return line, and then see how it does. If I don't get enough fuel pressure or whatever, then I'll have to figure something else out. But as of right now, the fuel pump that I have on the fuel cell that I made only has one pressure outlet. So short of putting a Y in or something to that effect, I wouldn't be able to do that. So I'm going to drill a hole in that region and then run a line up in there. I think I'm going to use my new tool to put a barb in and then run a high pressure rubber line up there with a couple clamps. So let's see how this goes. Woo! Perfect! Love it! Now we get to use the new tool. Yeah! Alright, let's go get the new tool and see if we can figure out how to assemble it. That's what we're gonna have to deal with now. Sorry it's so loud. I got my jet heater running because it's freaking cold. Anyhow, that's what we're dealing with now. That's a return line right here, and this is the pressure line. We'll see how bad it leaks. Go from there. We got some holes marked out right here and here. We got the fuel lines run through the back. And I can't remember which one is the outlet. I should probably mark it, but I can never remember. So we've got to drill the holes, bolt the tank down, and figure out which one is the pressure line. Bah! Ow! Break my wrist, why don't you? So we stole some wiring that was in here. It used to run across here. We just ripped it right out. We wired this in here to the pump. Put that to the ground. I know there's two connectors here, but I didn't want to just cut this and then shorten my pump wire even more. So I try to leave this little tail on here and use as much as I can. I know it's two connections, but I need to. So then I found, I think, the fuel pump wire out of the main harness. So what we're going to do is kick the key on and see if the pump comes on. So I installed a battery, and let's see what happens. I'm going to turn the key, and we're going to watch it, see which one fuel comes out of. Oh, it worked. So I think I'm feeding... Son of a... crap, I got it hooked up backwards. Well, ain't that some stupid crap? Alright, so I gotta figure that out, because I can see I've got fuel coming out of here. And that means fuel in the pressure side is going into the return side down here. Okay, so I have to redo that. Okay, let's see if this worked. I put a compression clamp on this side to a barb fitting on this side, and then I just stuck this over here. So let us see what happens. Uh-oh. I hear leaking. Ah, crap. Got fuel spraying clear over here. Crap! Okay, so I doubled that fitting over right there. Let's try this again. Pressure on once. Alright, let's give her a little fire. Got a little leak there. I don't know, it looks pretty good. Sounds pretty good. I guess that leak's getting a little worse. I have to tear that apart. Try to clean it up a little or something. Give her one old throttle whap. Not too bad. Now I know some of you might be disappointed that I didn't stick with the racing seat, but it was way too much fabrication and ridiculousness when I had an original seat out of a different truck that I made work. It was actually almost direct bolt-in. I mean, she's a nice seat. Look at this nice cover we got here. You know, it's not gonna stay on, but anywho, I think we're gonna try that seat. Topped off the brake fluid. I don't know, man. I think we're about ready to air up that tire and let her down and see if it'll move under its own power. Yeah, then do a smoky burnout or take it through the mud or something. I don't know. Oh, I gotta fix that fuel line real quick. Maybe we should mount that right there for somebody to have a fun ride.